Rivos here. I want to talk to y'all for a moment. You probably heard James Gunn pulls the plug on Henry Cavill returning as Superman. And I'm going to give you, I actually have a two-part take on James Gunn because he's starting to become the Mad Titan for the DC universe. But this part, we're going to focus on the movies and then we're going to focus on James Gunn's take with gaming because, yes, he is also affecting the games. So you see here, it says he had a meeting with James Gunn and Peter Safran. The sad news, everyone, he will not be returning as Superman. I have it all here. You can read it while I'm speaking. And it's weird. You had him commit to being Superman. He leaves the Witcher job, even though he said that it was kind of like he was gonna give it up anyway. And then once he leaves it, you end up dropping it. Very odd. And Superman is a very loved hero. Not by me. I think he's a bit overpowered, or whatever the case may be. But I have one of my best friends, the guy. That's his favorite hero. He got the tat of him and everything. Like I know a lot of people are very passionate about um Superman. Hell, his Angry Joe was damn near ranted to where he was dang near in tears. Well, I'm not saying that to diminish Angry Joe at all, but he's passionate. There's a lot of people passionate about something, and we're in an era where if you're passionate about something, they don't in the movies they don't hire you. Henry Cavill is a passionate person as far as he's passionate in The Witcher. He's passionate into Superman. He's puts his all in these movies, and he's for the authenticity of the character. He wants to try to bring that character forth. Not any hidden laden agendas that you want to push through using that character or how you see this character and how you hate the source material. So it's also come to light that he being James Gunn, wants to do Superman young at the Daily Planet. I'm sorry, that is the most overused version of Superman. There's a whole show of Smallville dedicated to Superman learning the ropes. You had Lois and Clark when I was younger with Dean Cain. I was a kid, but you had that. You had so many different versions of Superman that we've already had with him at the Daily Planet. Nobody wants to see that. Nobody wants to see Peter Parker be at the Daily Bugle. No, sorry. Did I get that right? Yeah. Daily Bugle. Um, they both are reporters. Well, Peter's a photographer. But nobody wants to see that. Nobody. And James Gunn has said in the past he didn't really get Superman and he's not a big fan. So him keeping him at the Daily Bugle and learning him, it's a way to ground Superman, right? I'm tired of the he's just learning his powers. I think we all are tired of it. We've yet to get to his bigger bad guys, his bigger foes, the Brainiacs, the dark sides, the extraterrestrial threats, because they always gotta ground him with Lex Luthor, and that's kind of about it. It never really leaves Lex Luthor. The most they did was with the Snyderverse, and Henry's been passionate about Superman, how he should look, how he acts, even through the flawed Snyderverse. He, a lot of people were easy to point where the Snyderverse was bad, but Henry's performance was good. So why, you may ask, why is he rebooting Superman? What's not said is Gal Gadot was actually talking about revisiting her role for Wonder Woman, and then it was announced Wonder Woman 3 was stopped. I think what you're about to see is a complete reset of the DCEU. I made on my Halo Infinite video, I told you about when people take over projects, corporations, you have this thing where they want to deep six everything, start anew. They want to put their imprint with their people. Now, the passionate people are going to see that Henry's being punished, and yes, they did do him dirty by telling him, clear your schedule, we're going to bring you back, and then he clears his schedule, and then you push him away. There's no going over that. But what I see here is he's going to make his DCU once again. He's chasing Marvel. So he wants to start everybody from the ground up, learning their powers, learning their this, starting their that, so he can get his 10-year span like Marvel did, or so he thinks he's gonna get, to build these people as how he envisioned them. Now the problem with that is it was an extremely rocky start, but you don't need to do that. You just don't. There's so much not filled in that you could just pick this up and keep going forward. You could do a Superman 2. You could continue. I'm convinced Batfleck is done. You could continue with Robert Pattinson. You could use the Flash from the show as regular Flash now because Ezra Miller for some reason, and you could continue with Wonder Woman. You could make you already got Aquaman 3 that's actually in like post production, so they can't cancel that. You could just fill that in with Cyborg and a couple of other stuff and work from there. Because as much people love the Snyder cut, there's still a lot of holes there because it's rushed trying to catch up to Marvel. So you could have went and did this from there and just fill it in and continue on. By you restarting it, you burned so many people by doing this to Henry. No matter who you choose to be Superman, you're gonna put them in immense pressure. Because the first person they're gonna look to, oh, you the reason why they got rid of Henry. Oh, well, let's see if you better than Henry. The writing can suck, and they will still say that's a horrible Superman. I can't believe you got rid of him for Henry. I mean, you got rid of Henry for him. So, but this is that thing where this is where I discussed it in the Halo video. They want to put their own imprint, and the only way they see that is to clean the deck and start anew. So now Henry's been burned here. Where does that leave him? There's still a lot of roles that Henry can do. People want him to play Bond, right? I think he'll be one of the more younger ones to pick up Bond, but then he could probably do it the longest, right? Most average being in their 40s when they start doing Bond. Also, MCU did want him to be Captain Britain. Now, MCU's on everybody's crap list, caca list, because of how horrible their movies has been as of late. But he has that. I think he has several other avenues. But it's just so weird to see people have a passion for their job, which was something that was once sought at, is now being deemed a detriment, an undesired trait as far as working in Hollywood, minus the weirdness of it. They all want to do whatever they want to do, but this man just gets thrown to and fro. Well, that's my take on the Henry Cavill situation. Please like, share, and subscribe. And again, this is Revos. I'm out.